So many wonderful moments, and we will, of course, bring you the latest from Milan in just a few moments. But first, we're tracking a powerful winter storm system. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano.
And I'm Camilla Rambaldi. That storm is bringing heavy rain, wind, and the first real snow of the season to our mountains. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist David Baker, who's tracking it all for you in the First Alert forecast.
Yeah, and we are tracking a couple of changes that have just come out within the last couple of minutes. First of all, the First Alert radar network showing that we have plenty of rain falling still across the region, although the heaviest line of rain has already worked its way through, but we're starting to get some additional heavier showers and thunderstorms starting to pop up. I want to take you to Ventura County. Actually, we just had a severe thunderstorm warning that has been now taken down. It was from this line of thunderstorms that's just coming onshore in Ventura County. Just going through the Camarillo area right now, some intense rainfall heading toward the Conejo Grade, eventually into the Thousand Oaks area. This has had a history of producing some gusty winds, and this is a special view of radar here. This little feature right here shows a little bit of rotation. This is what meteorologists look for. We saw this kind of come on shore with that thunderstorm, so we can't necessarily rule out the chance of maybe a brief, weak tornado out of any of the thunderstorms that we have for today. The other change, the flash flood warning has now been extended. Originally, it was up through about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Now it's up through 4 o'clock for all the green shaded areas you see here. So that includes the Santa Monica Mountains, including the Palisades Fire, the Franklin Fire burn scar. It includes the Basin, the San Fernando Valley, the Eden Fire burn scar, and the San Gabriel Valley. We're seeing a lot of flooding on area roadways, as well as flooding of low-lying areas with poor drainage. We are likely going to see some minor debris flows under some of the heavier showers, but we're not expecting those widespread damaging debris flows necessarily because we're not starting with saturated ground. Here's the weather system itself. It is sitting off the coastline. Here's all of the rainfall that's been moving through the area today. Where this area of low pressure is sitting off the coast, this is all a bunch of cold air, and that will help to drive some instability as we get into the afternoon and evening hours for today as this gets closer and closer. So expect more showers, the chance of maybe a thunderstorm or two mixed in, and some of those showers may be on the heavier side. So as we look ahead, we'll see some scattered showers tonight. Tomorrow, we're going to see some dry periods, but it will still be raining around the area. And then we've got more rain coming our way. I've got details coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you so much. And we have live team coverage as the first wave of severe weather strikes. NBC4's Alex Rozier is in the Fairfax district.
And Macy Jenkins is live in Woodland Hills with a look at what drivers have been facing all day. Macy, I know that was a scary ride this morning.
Yeah, listen, it moved along, but at some points we did come to a standstill. The 101 was a parking lot. We are just off the 101 on Long Valley Road. We drove from Sherman Oaks to Camarillo and now back down to Woodland Hills. Now, there were several bottlenecks on the way, many of them due to accidents and flooding.
A swerve on a slick 101 caused this gray Honda Civic to spin out of control and flip over onto the embankment near Lost Hills Road in Calabasas. Incredibly, driver Fernando Ramos Ramirez came out unscathed.
Fernando, ¿qué ocurre?
Venía manejando como a 40 millas por hora en el segundo carril.
He says he was driving about 40 miles per hour in the southbound lane around 11 a.m.
Sí, yo no estaba haciendo nada. Solo manejando tranquilo.
The heavy rain had slacked up a bit, but he says he was still driving carefully when his car started to sway from side to side.
Comenzó a tambalearse de un lado para otro y perdí el control.
He says he held on to the steering wheel but didn't hit the brakes, fearing that might have made things worse. That's when the car flipped over.
I saw him crawling out, so I pulled over and went to go check if there was anybody hurt.
Jackson Vieira says he hopped out of his truck and started helping Ramirez collect his tools that were scattered around the overturned car.
Why'd you stop?
I feel it's the right thing to do. I mean, nobody had began to help him yet, so I want to make sure he was okay.
Vieira says he had just passed the Liberty Canyon Road exit, where most of the leftbound lane was underwater, creating a traffic bottleneck. You can see a Caltrans maintenance worker waist deep in the water, removing leaves and debris from the storm drain, according to a department spokesperson.
The freeway was flooded back there, so everybody had just started speeding back up. And then I came up on this.
LA County Fire Department responded to the rollover call at 11:09 a.m., but cleared the scene 6 minutes later since the driver was not trapped and didn't need medical attention. Fernando says he's okay and relieved to get a ride from a stranger turned Good Samaritan who couldn't help but lend him a hand in the storm.
I'm going to take
Now, we also checked in with Ventura County Fire Department. It is handling roving patrols in the area, checking on all of those hot spots that tend to flood at times like this. They have also beefed up their patrols, their staffing. They have a hand crew, a swift water rescue team, and a heavy equipment operator ready to go if need be. Reporting live in Woodland Hills, Macy Jenkins, NBC4 News.
Yeah, some dangerous conditions out there. Macy, thank you so much. Meantime, flooding is impacting several businesses on Melrose Avenue in the Fairfax district, and many of those business owners are not happy with the city.
Yeah, and NBC4's Alex Rozier joins us live from the Fairfax district to explain. I know flooding caused a lot of concerns there today, Alex.
Yeah, frustration may be an understatement here. Let me kind of set the scene for you. Every time that it rains in recent storms, we've been out here in the Melrose district, Melrose in the Fairfax district, talking about flooding. So recently, in recent storms, the city's put out these pump trucks trying to prevent flooding to the businesses that have been impacted. Well, whatever happened today, the trucks, it didn't work. Let me walk you around here because several businesses on this street near Fairfax or Melrose and Martell have flooded. Take a look. You can see this merchandise right here. And if we keep walking, we may be able to walk inside and show you the inside of a store down here and what it looks like right now. This is all the merchandise that was ruined as a result of flooding. And this business right here is just one example of some of the flooding that has taken place here. But I'll show you some video what it looked like earlier because that is the biggest impact. This is about an hour ago. A few employees shot this video. Stores that sell shoes and clothing, some cost $500–600 a pair in some cases. I spoke with one woman who owns 4 businesses that flooded. She said she tried to get help from city workers before it all started. You said you tried to get their attention with the city earlier today?
Yes, I went out to get them and nobody was there.
And hours later, your store's flooded.
Not hours later, after 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah, after 20 minutes it was flooded. We tried to put sandbags, tape. I was happy they are here. They are going to take care of it, but it seems it's worse because we depended on them.
As we bring you back out live here, looking at just one of the stores that flooded here on Melrose. I just heard from Councilmember Katie Yaroslavsky's office. They say that they've demanded an immediate review from the sanitation department of the city to determine exactly what happened, who was responsible for this breakdown, and what corrective actions will be taken right now. Yaroslavsky's office says that we expect answers and we expect immediate change. She says this cannot happen again. But we're going to keep you posted on the latest on what has turned into another flooding incident on Melrose Avenue yet again. We'll send it back into you.
A lot of flooding there. Alex, thank you so much for that update. And we'll have a live update on the forecast from David Bigger in just a few minutes. But meantime, make sure to download the NBCLA app, and NBCLA.com will give you direct access to our First Alert Radar network. And you can also get customized weather alerts